Now, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next topic. Let's move to our next distinguished guest speaker, who has 20 years experience of commercial strategic leadership in healthcare and financial service in Europe, Asia, and in Africa. She's currently helped Prudential make its digital feature and service more inclusive for women. Joining us to present Making Healthcare Inclusive for Women, let's welcome Mrs. Susan Phang Ning, the Chief Health and Wellbeing Officer, Prudential, Thailand.
Good morning, esteemed attendees. My name is Susan Fanning, and I'm the Chief Health and Wellbeing Officer for Prudential Thailand, with responsibility for female health across Prudential. Today, I'm excited to speak with you about how we're making healthcare more inclusive for females at Prudential, and how we're utilizing digital technology to make this a reality for Cambodians. Let me first start with an analysis of the current female health situation. The first trend that we see is strong global and Cambodian trends on female health. Asian countries are aging faster than the West. Whilst Cambodia is aging, it's also become a global leader in reducing poverty and increasing the working population with medium and high income. It's getting older and wealthier. 51% of Cambodia's population of 17 million people are female. And the aging population trends show that the female segment, aged between 25 and 54, will continue to grow as the population ages, with increasingly more females than males. We also see that women are becoming more economically empowered. This is due to their increased tendency to further their education, gain professional employment, and delay marriage and starting a family. We see that delaying motherhood and going into higher education and employment means that women have greater disposable income to spend on health and fitness, as well as a growing need to achieve a work-life balance. The second key trend that we see is that the unmet needs of females vary over their life cycle, from childhood and adolescence through the childbearing years and into menopause. There are opportunities for Pulse by Prudential and Prudential to address a diverse and evolving set of health concerns for women. The third key trend focuses around building value and competitiveness. We see that it's important to develop services in preventative healthcare targeting the female population. This allows us to build a more diverse portfolio to meet a broad range of consumer health and wealth needs, in particular around the female health segment. It's really important we leverage on digital technology such as AI and big data to improve personalization and increase customer lifetime value. We see that women's health is focused on offering better management of lifestyle and diseases in a manner that is specific to women to enhance the overall health of the female population in Cambodia. So now that we understand the situation and the trends, I'd like to re-emphasize why at Prudential we see it's important to have a very specific focus on women. Firstly, women's bodies go through major changes throughout their lives, leading to differences in health conditions for varying age groups and profound changes that impact both what is happening with our bodies and how we look. And as women, we're often judged on how we look. Secondly, during times of psychological change, women are more susceptible to mental health conditions, and as such, will sadly be more likely to suffer from conditions from anxiety to depression. Thirdly, for women, as we enter adulthood, sexual health conditions such as fertility, avoiding sexually transmitted diseases, and practicing safe birth control gain importance, with a lot of focus on how to prevent STDs and not get pregnant, with these being seen as being the responsibility of the woman. Lastly, after menopause, some women experience health conditions caused by changes in hormone levels, such as osteoporosis. Most of the time, the conditions that affect women are manageable through the right consultation. And this is an area where digital technology allows us to be able to bridge that gap. This all sounds great, doesn't it? And despite women making up half of the global population, women's healthcare has been characterized as underfunded and insufficient, with women's health accounting for only 4%, that's right, only 4% of the overall funding in research and development for healthcare products and services. 4% for 50% of the population. At Prudential, we see the reality, which is that women control 80% of healthcare decisions, both for themselves and for their loved ones, with women in the workplace spending almost 30% more per capita on healthcare than their male peers. So we make more decisions and we spend more on healthcare. Then when we look into digital health, we see that women are 75% more likely to use digital tools to track their health. And women are willing to use contraceptive and fertility apps, subscription birth control, and other tools to meet their needs. Digital women's health presents a valuable opportunity to provide tailored solutions to tackle challenges related to access to healthcare services, awareness of treatment options and support, self-management, and participation in research and gender inequalities. I hear you say that Prudential is an insurance company. Yes, we are. So when we take a look at how we break down female health programs to be able to solve the needs of our customers, we also need to make sure that we have some very clear value propositions that make a bottom line impact. It's only when we really focus on solving frustrations and real pain points of consumers that we start to unlock where the gains are. And through that, we're able to enable our customers to live healthier lives, whilst at the same time ensuring that our offers are affordable and attractive. The areas we're exploring so far in digital women's health go beyond reproductive health, the traditional area of focus. And when you take a look at femtech, a lot of it has historically always been, and still today, is based around reproductive health. At Prudential, we see women as multidimensional. We're more than just people who give birth to others. And we want to explore opportunities as well as wide-ranging areas from fertility to pregnancy to sexual and gynecological health, chronic and cancer disease management, as well as wellness. However, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, as women are different, and how we look at how we can make a difference in bridging gaps in the market, either by bringing best-of-class partners onto Pulse, or how we build new capabilities ourselves where it doesn't exist. So let me start with wellness and mental health. And the reason that I do that is that there's no health without mental health. And we know that hormonal cycles can impact and have an effect on mental health, especially after giving birth, where 10 to 15% of women have postnatal depression. Mental health has also become an important problem to tackle in conditions like PCOS or endometriosis, and in psychological processes like menopause. When we look at the management of diseases that are more prevalent in women, so these include diseases such as multiple sclerosis, osteoporosis, chronic pain, or cardiovascular diseases. There are existing programs, but they're generic and they don't offer gender-specific care. And we believe that women need gender-specific care. We also see that management of prevalent women's conditions like PCOS or endometriosis are underrepresented when we look at the number of clinical specialists across the region. We see this vary even more when we look at it broken down between urban and rural locations. We believe that digital health provides an opportunity for better self-management, enabling and empowering women to be more in control of their own health and well-being. Validated remote monitoring technologies that provide actionable health data that can reduce the need to travel in for hospital appointments are invaluable and can potentially reduce costs for the healthcare services and provide more convenience for women. We believe that Pulse can offer affordable and accessible healthcare for females in Cambodia through 3 primary routes. The first is the creation of a digital front door for women across the country who are then able to speak with doctors and specialists using teleconsultation capability. In Cambodia, as in most countries across Southeast Asia, specialists tend to be located in the big cities, with the majority of those who are seeking care residing in rural areas. The second is when we look at how do we create non-insurance or subscription models that allow us to drive healthy behaviors and engage women across Cambodia in managing their health and being able to provide these at a low price for a variety of services. That's right, subscription services are not just for Netflix, they're for insurance, they're for managing healthcare as well. Key to unlocking the benefits of affordable and accessible healthcare will be to build overall functional literacy as well as health literacy. This is an area where we would like to make a difference and where we see that Pulse can actually be an enabler for this. We have created health channels to bring relevant, personalized content to women, as well as creating trusted communities where women can go, they can share knowledge, they can share stories, and they can ask questions openly and freely in a safe environment. Before I end, I'd like to share a little bit about how we focus on bringing content to life within Pulse. We've created Women's Health Wednesday, where every Wednesday we publish new content that focuses on building health literacy of women. The content varies in type, where we provide articles, videos, podcasts, and infographics, allowing us to be able to provide content in a manner that meets the individual ways in which people can absorb the information. We're all different. Some of us take in content when we hear it. Some of us when we see it, either in pictures, in words, and then for others, it's about having engaging content that helps to pull us in. We also look at how we open up critical conversations where we can raise awareness on the different conditions in female health. There's a lot of stigma and taboos that exist around female health and a number of the topics that I've touched on today. I like to believe that we can use digital tools to help with this and to break down those stigmas and taboos. and enable people to have safe conversations based around trusted content that they're getting. We think this is an area where we can work together with different agencies across the Cambodian healthcare landscape to be able to focus on really making healthcare more inclusive for all Cambodian women. Thank you for your time and attention today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the Cambodia FinTech Festival.